good. I guess we're ready. At this time, we'll call the meeting to order. We'll start with roll call, starting on my right.
Mitch Glines, Planning and Zoning.
Mark Schneider, Planning and Zoning.
Jeff Anderson, San Diego Township.
Francine Larson, Blue Hill Township.
Steve Demules, Palmer Township.
Terrence Vandereyck, Clear Lake Township.
Bruce Abel, Big Lake Township.
Butch Hath, Livonia Township.
Lynn Wachashik, Planning and Zoning.
Okay, we gotta make sure everyone has their mic on. And at this time, I'll mention that the proceedings tonight are recorded both audioly and visually. And the Planning Commission is a recommending body. The proceeds from tonight will be forwarded to the County Board of Commissioners on September 16th, 2025 at 9 a.m. So all of our minutes will be recorded. I guess at this time I'll ask if there's any changes to the minutes from last week.
Make a motion to approve.
A second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay. And then are there any changes to tonight's agenda?
There are no changes. I did want to mention, just for the record, that a number of the board members, including Francine, Ike, Steve, Jeff, and Bruce, all attended the MCI training event up in St. Cloud, so that we could make sure that we are doing things and meeting minimum state requirements. The attorneys did a presentation. I think they did a nice job, and we wanted to make sure we thanked all the board members that were able to make it to that, so thank you.
It was a very good presentation.
Yeah.
It was well worth it.
Really enjoyed it.
On my behalf, I'd like to thank the county for inviting us. It was a good presentation.
Yeah, it was very interesting,
Yeah.
but otherwise, no changes.
No changes to the
Motion to
agenda.
approve.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, we will proceed with agenda item number 1, T&T Northern Development LLC, property owners, Mr. Robert Robeck and Mr. Ronald Robeck. They're requesting a standard plat approval for Wind Dance Estates consisting of 14 lots. There are 2 parcel IDs involved, and the legal description is on file. Mr. Glines.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. As you mentioned, this is a proposed 14-lot standard plat development in Livonia Township. Livonia Township did provide comments. There were discussion mainly on the roads. So the road will exceed what the temporary lineal feet allowed will be, considering there'll be future road connection. So if it exceeds 1,400 lineal feet, then if there's an agreement between the county and the township that future road connection will happen, then it can exceed that, which it does. And so it does extend to the west property line for future road connection, so that is allowed. There was discussion about the turn lane. That has since been added to the preliminary plat and drainage plans. The Livonia Township engineer from Bogart Peterson reviewed it. He did approve it. He recommended approval of the proposed grading and drainage plans that were presented to him. Our county survey comments have been addressed. They will reserve the right to comment on issues discovered in the title commitment when received. David Rodell, our deputy county engineer, had no concerns. All access will be from a township road. So as we stated, the proposed preliminary plat consists of 14 lots on 36.62 on a 36.62 acre parcel. One new road, 230th Avenue, is proposed to be installed with the grading. Again, all driveway accesses will be on township roads. A few lots have drainage easements in the middle of them. We just want to make sure that future homeowners are aware of that, so there will not be any impact to those easements. Right now, there are 3 outbuildings and 4 silos that are on the property that will be removed. They will need to get a raising permit for the ones that will be brought to landfills. I did talk to developers. Some may be taken apart and given or sold to people, so they won't be sent to a landfill. The wetland delineation was completed. There are no wetlands on the property, so there will not be any impacts to wetlands for this development. But other than that, the developer's here to answer any questions, or I can answer any questions as well.
Are there any questions from the board for our staff? Could the applicant please approach the podium, please? Give your name and address for the record.
Chris Fritsch, 24095 98th Street Northwest, Elk River.
Brian Person with Hawkins Sanderson, surveyors and engineers on the project here to help out the applicant if any questions for the road and whatnot.
I'll say your address.
Oh, 3601 Anoka.
Thank you. Are there any questions from the board for the applicants? I have one on the clearing and grubbing sheet. It appears that there's a few square feet up off of the very northeast corner of the neighbor's property of clearing and grubbing.
What was
What is that sheet?
I think I have it up at C2. And are you talking about this northwest corner?
Yeah, restoration plan.
Oh, restoration plan.
Yeah, so there's when that plat was done to the north, there is a triangle piece there that was platted off from that 40 that the applicant does own. There's a 30-foot wide, is that the triangle you're talking about up just north of the cul-de-sac there?
But diagonally away from that, on the 40, on the west of the proposed plat.
The 40 west and northwest is also owned by the applicant as well. Same
Okay.
ownership.
Okay. but,
And the reason for it is for drainage, for the water is flowing north there past the end of the cul-de-sac.
Understood.
So it'll drain north along there. So if the swale you see with the silt fence and whatnot, that is across the Chris now, the developer now has closed on the property and is the owner of the property of both this platted property and then the 40 to the north there as well, the northwest. He also owns that property.
Yeah, but it looks like there's a little bit of clearing and grubbing on.
Yep, that triangle he owns as well. Like I say, when the plat to the north was done 20-some years ago, that triangle was platted off from that plat. There is a triangle on that property, so.
That's understood, but it shows a little clearing and grubbing in Mr. Schmitzky's property.
Oh, so the developer has also purchased 66 feet there along the north part of Schmitzky's property.
Okay, all
Yep.
right, thank
So
you.
he's all in ownership of all the property we've shown, yep.
Thank you.
Sorry for
Thank
the
you.
confusion there.
Any other questions? I guess at this time we'll open a public hearing. Is there anyone here to speak on this issue? Sir, please.
I am just a little bit concerned. I own the property to the north of the spot you were just talking about. And I'm a little bit concerned about having a cul-de-sac.
Beg your pardon. Could you please state your name and address, please?
Mark Mossman.
Yep.
240th Avenue, Northwest, 11298. So this right here is my property.
Okay.
And we're now gonna have a cul-de-sac right here. I'm just concerned about, public use of that cul-de-sac up against my property, and I don't know if that's a concern or not.
So I can answer, that'll be a temporary cul-de-sac. So any future road connection goes to the west, that will not be a cul-de-sac anymore. But there'll
Okay.
be, obviously, houses up in that area.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there anyone else to speak on this issue? Is there anyone else to speak on this issue? Is there anyone else to speak on this issue?
Move to close the public hearing.
Second.
Been moved and seconded to close the public hearing. All in favor?
Aye.
All right. I guess at this time, what are the wishes of the board?
I'll make a motion to accept as presented.
For a second?
I'll second.
Mr. Chair, do we want to check with the applicant, make sure they understand the conditions that are listed?
Oh, yeah, yeah. I'm out of practice. I was gone last month.
Yeah, it's okay.
Anything to make it get.
I believe there's 6 conditions.
6 conditions. Do you understand and can you abide by the 6 conditions of the approval?
So, Chris, those are what we went through, and that's the one you were talking about, the raising permit.
Yep.
That one might just be removed, taken off site.
Those are the ones from Mitch's letter from.
Yeah, I understand all of them, accept them.
Okay. It's been moved and seconded.
I got one more question for Lynn. Should that, in the conditions, should that turn lane be put in there as a condition also, or is that part of the plat that has to be done? Just
That'll be part of the plat.
okay,
So that'll
Part
be
of the
a-
grading plan.
okay.
Any other questions? No? See, we don't have findings on this one, do we?
Nope.
Butch, do you want it? Is it okay if it's just part of the grading plan?
That's fine if it's part of the grading plan. I just wanted to make sure it was clear with the developers all.
Yep.
It's not, they agreed to it at the meeting. I just wanted to make sure it was in there somewhere.
Been moved and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Thank you for your presentation. So,
Thank you for your time tonight.
Thank you.
agenda item number 2, Steinbrecher Companies LLC. Request an interim use permit for a medium contractor's yard. That's PID 30-00034-4100, Section 34, Township 34, Range 26 in Livonia Township. Mr. Glines.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. As you mentioned, Steinbrecher Companies is requesting an interim use permit for a medium contractor's yard. They are requesting it to be on the Manthei property in Livonia Township. Livonia Township did discuss this. Shane was present at their meeting. He is requesting a maximum of 80 empty roll-off dumpsters to be stored on the Manthei property. The reason for this is the proximity from the Manthei property to the landfill. Is their reasoning for this? The board was fine with the hours as presented unless there was an emergency. They stated that they do not want the trucks to travel north on 112th. If you travel south on 112th, that's where, when you get to Highway 169, they have a lot of turn lanes, acceleration lanes, so that would be most suitable. And if he's going to the landfill, that would make the most sense for travel. But a little history, Steinbrecher Companies is a licensed solid waste hauler and provides the following services: roll-off dumpsters, excavating, landscaping, demolition, septic systems, and commercial snow plowing. Steinbrecher Companies has entered into a contract with Manthei Land LLC to rent a section of the land to house approximately 80 roll-off dumpsters. This amount will vary depending on the day. There may be possibly a trailer and truck also housed on site. There will not be any SCI business operations on site other than dropping and picking off empty boxes. Talking to the applicant, they do anticipate approximately 20 to 30 roll-offs at the site, though this figure may vary due to seasonal demand and other operational factors. So the estimate of 80 was used to, as a precautionary measure to avoid the need for amending this IUP. We did receive a site plan submitted with the application, which indicates the stored areas will comply with the 150-foot setback to the property lines. As you can see from the aerial, this was previously used as a yard waste compost site, which has since moved to the adjacent property to the west. It's very well screened with existing tree line. Nearest resident is over 1,700 feet away. There will be 2 to 3 trucks entering the property multiple times per day. And again, this is not a residential area where it's proposed. Most of the property is used as a pig farm and surrounded by gravel mines. Existing natural landscape screenings will be used. There's no screening proposed for the operations. With that, I do have the property owner, Doug Mantha, here to represent this request. Steinbrecher, Shane couldn't be here tonight. So Doug can answer any questions, or I can as well.
Thank you. Any questions from the board for staff? None? Would the applicant please go to the podium, please? State your name and address.
Doug Manthai, 23130 112th Street, Elk River.
Are there any questions from the board for the applicant? None. I've got a question for Mr. Haas. Is 112th Street going to handle that kind of traffic?
Southbound it will, because it's only there's a gravel pit right across the road from the property. And then those other pits access off 112th, and that's why it's a heavier road, and that's why we asked them to go southbound from the property. So it'll handle it fine.
Are there any other questions? At this time, we'll open a public hearing. Is there anyone here to speak on the issue? Anyone here to speak on the issue? Not getting a lot of action here. Is there anyone here to speak on this issue?
Move to close the public hearing.
Second.
All in
You're not an
favor?
auctioneer. You don't need a bid.
We try so hard, Ike.
Well, I'd like somebody else to do the talking. Okay, the public hearing is closed. Do I hear a motion to approve or deny?
I'll make the motion to approve as presented.
And is that, Mr. Chair, with the 12 conditions
With the
listed
12
and the findings of fact?
And the findings of fact. We're
Thank
waiting
you.
for that. Yep,
So I'll read the findings.
we're ready to do the findings.
Did we
yeah.
get a second?
Do we get a second? Yeah.
Yes, I give a second.
All right, Butch, you ready?
Yep.
All right. No interim use permit shall be approved or recommended for approval by the County Planning Commission unless said commission so find. And please note that the italic comments are zoning staff's response to the IUP findings. Number one, that the interim use will not be injurious to the use and enjoyment of other property in the immediate vicinity for the purposes already permitted, nor substantially diminish and impair property values within the immediate vicinity.
Yes, the property is currently used for ag purposes along with a gravel mine, which will continue. The nearest resident, other than the property owner, is over 1,700 feet away from this proposed business. The area was previously used for yard waste site, which operated without any nuisance complaints.
Number two, that the establishment of the interim use will not impede the normal and orderly development and improvement of surrounding vacant property for uses predominant in the area.
The establishment of this interim use permit will not impede normal and orderly development of the surrounding properties. The contractor's yard will meet the required setbacks of all performance standards established in the county zoning ordinance for a contractor's yard. The properties to the south, west, and north are either currently mining or have permits to mine.
Number three, that adequate utilities, access roads, drainage, and other necessary facilities have been or are being provided.
Yes, the applicant's business does not have a need for special utilities and has adequate land for access and drainage.
Number four, that adequate measures have been or will be taken to provide sufficient off-street parking and loading space to serve the proposed use.
Yes, the contractor's yard will utilize 2 plus or minus acres of the 44.96 acres parcel, so storing the roll-offs will not be an issue. The applicant has sufficient parking space and will have a Class 5 driveway access to 112th for this business.
And number 5, that adequate measures have been or will be taken to prevent or control offensive odor, fumes, dust, noise, and vibrations, so that none of these will constitute a nuisance, and other lights in such a manner that no disturbance to neighboring properties will result.
Yes, the isolation of the business being over 1,700 feet from any residential use other than the property owners, along with noise, dust, odor, and erosion measures have been taken into consideration.
Thank you.
Mr. Chair,
Ma'am,
do we want to check with the applicant and make sure they understand the
I
conditions?
understand that, yeah, that was. Does the applicant, if you could, yeah.
I understand.
And just
What-
for
how
the
many
record, I
conditions
did,
Were there? That was
12.
12 conditions, yeah,
and for the record, I did speak with Shane today, and he was okay with all the conditions.
okay. All right, it's been moved, seconded, and the findings recited. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion is passed. It would behoove you to be on board with or your applicant be on board at the county commissioners meeting. Thanks. Agenda item number 3, Amy Saul, property owner Dwayne and Susan Paulson, request a conditional use permit for a farm-related business repair and maintenance of equipment. PID 20-00201-2400. It's in Section 1, Township 34, Range 30, Clear Lake Township. Who has got this one?
I got that one.
Mr. Schneider.
Okay, board packet attachments were an aerial photo, description of the business, plans for waste oil, site plan and site photos. Clear Lake Township made the following statement on July 17th. The township is in favor of having a repair shop in the township. We like the idea of small businesses wanting to locate here. The business will benefit the Clear Lake citizens. No other comments were received from other departments or agencies. So the applicant is requesting a conditional use permit for a farm-related business to start a repair and maintenance shop for farm tractors and agricultural equipment. Farm-related businesses are allowed in the agricultural district with a CUP from the county. The zoning ordinance provided that that business is primarily farm-related and meets one or more of the following criteria. This one, meets that criteria. A business that provides repair, maintenance, service equipment for unique and necessary to agricultural operations. This is a 31-acre parcel in the agricultural district and is assessed agricultural and rural preserve. They intend to operate the business out of an existing 3,700 square foot pole building that was built in 2017. There is an existing floor drain that goes to in-ground rock filtration. This will need to be modified to include a flame waste trap. The applicant stated they will work with a licensed designer to find a suitable system for the intended use of the property. Currently, there's one employee proposed. However, if the business grows in the future and they have a need for another employee, they'd like to have the ability to add an additional employee. The proposed days and hours of operation are Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m., after hours by appointment only. The applicant is proposed a sign to be posted at the start of the driveway along the township road. The county zoning ordinance section 17 does permit that for non-residential uses, one freestanding sign that does not exceed 96 square feet in area. So the sign will have to comply with all our current regulations. And with this conditional use permit, I'm recommending 8 conditions of approval. And with that, I'm happy to respond to any questions the board may have.
Any questions for staff? None? Would the applicant please approach the podium? State your name and address.
You're the owner.
Your name's on it.
Dwayne Paulson, 7036 72nd Street Southeast.
You're 7018, actually.
Oh, 7018, pardon me.
He's my neighbor now. Amy Saul, 7036 72nd Street Southeast St. Cloud.
I'm Brock Bemis, mechanic. I live at the 7036 72nd Street, St. Cloud, too.
Okay. Do you understand the 8 conditions and are able to abide by them?
Yes.
Thank you.
Are there any questions from the board for the applicant? Oh, wow. No questions? Well, I guess at this time we'll open a public hearing. Is there anyone here to speak on this issue? Is there anyone here to speak on this issue? Is there anyone here to speak on this issue?
Move to close the public hearing.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
All right.
What are the wishes of the board?
Mr. Chair,
Sir?
I would recommend approval based on the recommended conditions and the findings and facts.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
We will proceed with the findings, please.
All right, so no conditional use permit shall be approved or recommended for approval by the planning commission unless said conditions are found. So please note that staff comments are, or the italicized comments are staff comments in response to these questions. That the conditional use permit will not be injurious to the use and enjoyment of the property in the immediate vicinity for purposes already permitted, nor substantially diminish and impair property values within the immediate vicinity.
Yes, the proposed use of the property as a farm-related business is not anticipated to diminish or impair values within the immediate area, provided the applicant maintains compliance with their operation plans and the conditions of this CUP.
Thank you. Number 2, that the establishment of the conditional use permit will not impede the normal and orderly development and improvement of surrounding vacant properties for uses predominant in the area.
Yes, all the adjacent land to the north and east are either vacant or farm fields, and to the south, there is an existing residence. To the west, this property abuts US Highway 10.
All right. And number 3, that adequate utilities, access roads, drainage, or other necessary facilities have been or are being provided.
Yes, adequate utility, access, and drainage are provided for the proposed use.
Great. Number 4, that adequate measures have been or will be taken to provide sufficient off-street parking in loading space to serve the proposed use.
Yes, the applicant has sufficient parking space to accommodate the proposed business.
Great. And number 5, that adequate measures have been or will be taken to prevent or control offensive odors, fumes, dust, noise, vibrations, and none of these will constitute a nuisance, and control lighted signs and other lights in a manner that no disturbance to neighboring properties will result.
Yes, it is not anticipated to cause offensive odor, fumes, dust, noise, and vibration to the immediate area if operated in compliance with the conditions of this permit.
Thank you.
Thank you. It's been moved, seconded, and the findings of fact recited. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. It would be prudent to be here on the 16th in this room with the county board, so.
Thank you.
Thanks. Thanks for your application.
You know,
Is there anything else for the good of the cause?
That's it. 6:30 is pretty. 6:29.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
We are adjourned.
Hey, Amy?
Welcome back, Ike.
Very good, sure.